It's time now for 3 questions for Grandma.
I noticed you speaking slowly.
Speaking slowly, and I'm speaking a lot because today we are doing this show in a different order because of a time constraint issue.
Joel, we'll go out and talk to the people. They'll offer you a joint or something.
Karm, we're in a real like hippie
area
creator studio, which I kind of love.
Some of my friends would love it too, like Janet.
Karm, what about Rita Dunsky? Shout out to her. Does she listen to this?
I don't think she has the time.
Janet does, right? She doesn't have the time. She's 85 and does nothing.
Works full time. She's 82. She works full time as an architect.
She still does?
Absolutely.
Is she ever going to retire?
No. When they carry her out.
You think she'll die
Yeah.
working?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to retire?
Oh, she loves what she's doing.
Does she still smoke?
Like a chimney.
At 82?
Yeah.
What do you think that is? You think she just has a genetic disposition to not get cancer? How many cigarettes?
Let's change the subject.
How many cigarettes do you think she smoked in her?
Who said she doesn't have cancer?
How many cigarettes do you think she has smoked in her lifetime, if you had a guess?
I tried when I was a roommate.
No, but if you had a guess, she's been smoking since what year?
From teenage years.
So, and she's 82. So let's say...
Not everybody had... I swear... Don't aggravate me.
No, but she's smoking, let's say, from 16 to 82. How many years is that?
But she has cancer.
Oh, she does?
Yes.
Lung cancer?
No, lymphoma.
Okay. Is she okay?
She's okay. That's a miracle that she's okay. And another friend just got lymphoma who never smoked.
Why doesn't she have lung cancer,
Another friend, Roy's childhood friend, the wife, never smoked. She got.
We need to bring back This Week in Dead and Dying.
At least the deathly illnesses that didn't kill us yet.
Is she dying anytime soon, you think, Rita? From cancer?
No, from old age, like all of us.
But that brings me back to my other question. If she started smoking at 16 and she's 82, how many years is that?
It's a lot of years. I'm not doing math.
Hold on, I am. That's 4,
Joel is 20, not good at math.
20, that's 64 years.
I'm not.
The
people will
years.
Get bored with it.
66
we'll
years.
Finish it up.
How many cigarettes a day you think she's smoking? 66 years.
She now smokes with a long wooden filter or something.
God bless my friend Karm in Korea. He started smoking with his mother in her bed when he was 8 years old. And he still smokes, I think. Okay, on to 3 questions for Grandma. Here we go. First question from Vita.
That's Carmen in Highland Park?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
He's smoking since he's 8 years old. Shout out to Karm in Korea. He has a salon called Haven in Highland Park and Halo in Metuchen, which I don't know if he still owns, but awesome salons. You know what they call this in news, what we're doing right now?
Killing time.
It's called, but there's a word for it. It's called vamping. So sometimes you'll get a producer in your ear and they'll say, I need you to vamp. And that means you got to just talk. But I don't know what the word vamp comes from. If anyone knows.
Like a vampire?
Let us know. I don't think so. On to 3 questions for Grandma. First question comes from Vita Aaliyah at 5 this morning when I was seeing triple and thought I wanted to vomit. Why in Jiu Jitsu, which by the way, my daughter started practicing Jiu Jitsu, the number one defense against sexual assault that there is, they started practicing Jiu Jitsu here at one of the great gyms in Miami, the Valente Brothers Gym. Shout out to them. They want to know, why in Jiu Jitsu do you get stripes and not a new belt straight away? Let me explain this to you, Carmela. So there's a white, a yellow, a green, purple, brown, black.
Black belt is the best.
The best. But they want to know why you don't go just from white right to yellow, but instead you get stripes on your white belt before you get to yellow. Do you know why?
Probably to have more requirements to get from.
Because nothing is easy in life, Karm. You just don't get belts handed to you. That's why.
And Vida would love a black belt right now.
You don't just get a black belt. You get your stripes. You have to work on it. And let me tell you something. These ain't participation stripes like participation trophies. To become a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, it usually takes a minimum of 10 years.
By the way, I have a sad parenthesis, and I have to mention it.
What?
They really gave a horrible, horrible punishment to Putin. They took off his honorary president of the Judo Association of the world from him. Do you think he gave? Do you think he gives a damn?
You think he sleeps well at night?
I think he does.
I don't think he's sleeping that well anymore. He did, I think, but not anymore. BJ Penn, who's a former UFC fighter, his nickname was, all fighters have nicknames. His nickname was the Prodigy. He's actually running for governor of Hawaii right now. I fear that he has CTE. By the way, there's another story I should have brought up in News Schmooze. Remind me to tell you in 2 seconds because it's really interesting. But anyway, BJ Penn got his black belt.
People will switch off. They will die from boredom.
This is interesting. BJ Penn got his black belt in 3 years. He's the only person anyone knows who's able to get a black belt that soon. 3 years.
In what?
In Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Okay.
Unheard of.
Okay.
Here's a side note, and we'll get back to 3 questions for Graham. I want to get your take on this. There is arguably the best UFC heavyweight of all time. He's a Mexican-American. His name is Cain Velasquez. He was a 2-time, I believe, UFC heavyweight champion. He got arrested for attempted murder a day ago. And he's also known for being a super sweet. He's one of the scariest looking dudes. He's got a big tattoo right here that says Brown Pride because he's a Chicano. And, but he's a gentle giant. And he got arrested for attempted murder. He shot someone, the person's going to live. And everyone's like, what's going on? My immediate first reaction was he's got CTE, brain trauma, and something was going not right. It turns out that the reporting says his own child, he found out, had been molested more than 100 times at this daycare facility, which, if you know Cain Velasquez and you are molesting his child, you have a death wish. So what happened was this guy was arrested, the guy who was accused of the molestation, and then was apparently in the middle of the day driving with his father. And Cain Velasquez found them and shot the father. Father's going to survive. But now everyone on Twitter is like, #free Cain. Like, this guy deserved it. And let me tell you something. Someone molested first of all, Cain Velasquez.
I know you would kill them.
But Cain Velasquez doesn't need a gun. This guy is an assassin with his hands and body. He's like a killer. 2 questions. Why do you think he used the gun and not just beat the crap out of these guys with his hands? And number 2, if someone molested your own child, should there be legal recourse to take the law into your own hands?
No, there should never be a legal recourse to take the law in your hand.
What are you, Ben Ferenz?
I am. I was thinking of him. I swear to you
Ben
while I was saying.
Ben Ferenz is the last living prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials. Who said law, not war. Law, not war was his motto.
No, but I think he didn't kill them with his hands because he knows how to fight, and fighters are not murderers.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that might be it. Also, I think it might be the fact that he was chasing them. They were driving away from him. And so he's like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot these bastards instead of trying to
Joel, you should always switch off your phone.
I had my phone off, but I had to take a call the other day, which is why it's on vibrate. But no, back to...
Are you enjoying this vibrate?
Let me ask you this. Do you have any... I don't know. I can't think. Words don't come to me. I think it's the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. I really do.
Don't joke.
I'm not joking.
Okay. Let's go to the...
No. I mean, do you think that he's going to face the full, the long arm of the law, as they say, or do you think you do?
Yes.
You don't think the court of public opinion will help him?
No.
Well, you know what? Free Cain. I'm on Cain's side. Love you, Cain, like a brother.
Maybe a governor will pardon him.
Love you, Cain, man. If you need me, I'm here. On to question number 2. This comes from the lovely Vita. And I think this is about my wife or you. I'm not sure which one. Why do boys have beards, but girls like mommy? Oh, I guess it's about Yana. Why do boys have beards, but girls like mommy just have little hairs over their lip?
Haha, it wasn't I. Because I have a beard and a mustache like daddy.
Answer?
We all have male hormones too.
Okay, beautiful. On to the third question, third and final question for 3 questions for Grandma. Why, this is from the great CZ, 6 years old. Why, when the fan is not moving, you see the blades, but when you put it on fast, it looks like it has lost its blades?
This is totally a brilliant question. And I think I know why.
What is the
It's
answer?
like the film, when you see the film and it's like there are little pictures in each, but when you move it fast, your brain blends one into the other from the speed. And what do you think of the motion pictures? How do they work? Those little films?
Yeah, or like a flip book when you flip through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The speed and your brain, the way your brain processes it, it creates this motion. And you cannot see each individual blade anymore. They all blend into each other.
Karm, let me ask you.
Gee, I know more than I think I know.
Carmel, let me ask you a question, please.
What?
Did you at any point thank Hashem, the man above, God, for allowing your husband to come out of surgery and be okay? Or did you ignore that? Did you say any thanks? Would your week have been different if your husband did not make it out of surgery?
Wouldn't have been good.
No.
Have been. I can't even fathom it. Being an optimist. No.
Meanwhile, as a side note to that, so
he had a heart valve replaced.
Good old Roy had a heart valve replacement, and I got a text about 2 days later that says, "Dad died," and I had an absolute heart attack. It was a text from my sister, but it turned out it wasn't my sister. It was my wife who was telling me a dad died at 47 years old at the local
school,
not a beach club. And I read it as though it was from my sister and my dad died. So I got a taste of what it's like to find out that your dad died. My heart dropped into my feet. Very uncomfortable feeling. It's kind of like the time when Ileana was pregnant and I walked in for the ultrasound, and within 10 seconds, the technician goes, "Congratulations, you're having a boy." And goes, "Oh, sorry, my bad. That's a vagina." I forget what they said was.
But
like
that
penis.
was one of your daughters?
Yeah, it was Zizi. They told me it was a boy. And they said, I forget what. Oh, it was the umbilical cord. They're like, "No, that's the umbilical cord. It's a vagina." And I broke down crying. Then I got my son, Judo. All right.
And tell you, your best deal was Zizi.
Yeah, be careful saying that. Did you see video of them watching the podcast?
No, what I mean is that instead of having penis, it was a girl. That's what I meant.
Okay. They are now watching our podcasts.
Oh my God, they are lying in bed and they're watching the podcast. And when we mention them, they're like very happy.
You know, when I was a kid, I thought
somebody's watching our podcast.
When I was a kid, I thought my dad was a hero because he wrote a book. And my kids go around telling everybody, not that I'm on CBS News, but that my daddy's a quote-unquote YouTube star. And that so is Grandma. So they're excited.
Yeah. You never know what happens next.
Any final thoughts for this great podcast?
Well, we are in the new studio, and these are different things. If I don't talk right into it and swallow it, then you can't hear me. So now I have a stiff neck because I can't turn my neck.
By the way, the lighting in here is beautiful. You see the backlighting? It's like a pinkish purple, beautiful.